everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you are about to see here. In today's video, I am celebrating with you because we finally paid off our credit card debt. Bit in my past two videos because I talked about how we got our income tax return, we got a federal return, we got our state return, and my husband got some back pay from his unemployment. So all the stars lined up for us in such a way, and I contemplated on whether or not I wanted to actually use the money to pay off our debt. And this doesn't mean that we're completely debt-free. Of course, we have a home mortgage, we have 2 car leases, I have the rest of my student loans and things like that, but this was huge for us. And the only reason why I hesitated is because it was a lot of money to exit our account, and I felt a little insecure about it, even though I knew it was the right thing to do. And a lot of you weighed in on my past couple of videos to encourage me and tell me what a good, choice it would be and how it would free up any future income to go to savings and other, more important projects. So basically, looking into the future instead of constantly paying off the past. And so I really took to heart the things that you guys had said, and I talked this over with my husband, and we kind of weighed all our options, and we decided to just go ahead and do it. So throughout this video, I'm going to put a couple little either video clips of me paying it off or photos, something like that, just to show you. We were looking at recently was to pay off $4,710. So we weren't quite at $4,700. So I would say that right around, and I can't remember, so I'm going to guesstimate. So I would say right around maybe 228, we arrived at just under $4,800. So I'm going to put that date there, even though it could be a couple days off. So we had $4,710 to pay off and get us to zero, and that's what we did. And I feel really good about it. It was a hard decision to make in the beginning, but ultimately it was the right decision. And like a lot of you said, now I can concentrate on the future. So just to bring anybody up to speed who's new here, this is just a schematic that I hand drew myself. And at the beginning of our debt journey, we started off at $36,000 in 2018. And we used every spare penny that we could find most times. So we used tax return last year. We used my husband's bonus money when he was working. We used just anything and everything extra that came in. So I really curbed my own spending. My husband's not a big spender. I mean, he's not cheap. That sounds weird. He just doesn't shop a lot. He doesn't spend a lot of money. So I really was the one who had the work to do. So I had to curb my own spending and just do what I could. I sold a few things, I clothing, things like that on consignment. I think I talked about that in previous videos, but since 2018, we have gone from $36,000 in debt, so as you can see the years up here, down to zero. And I'm stunned. I'm as stunned as you are. So all of this was a combination of credit card debt, of just overspending, home renovation. We had a huge portion of this was home renovation. So I would say more than 2/3 of this was for home renovation. And as far as I'm concerned, that's investment money. I'm gonna start coloring in up until 228. So as far as I'm concerned, that was investment money. So when we do go to sell our house, the things that we did, we'll come back and, actually advance us, hopefully, when we go to sell our house. And so I'm good with that. I'm good as far as spending money on our home and things like that. I think those are wise choices. So I'm not complaining about all of this debt, but some of it, you know, a lot of it, it could have been avoided. You know, I'm a spender. That's what I do. I like to decorate my house. I like to buy clothes. I like to shop for planner stuff. I like to go places. I like to go out with my friends, you know, and things add up. And in my own personal experience, I can say, guys, that the more debt I had, the more free I felt to spend. Because I think once you reach a certain threshold of owing money, it's like, ugh, what's an extra $100 gonna be? What's this gonna, you know what I mean? So it was like that kind of mindset that I kind of found myself falling into. And that's pretty dangerous in my opinion now, because it all adds up. So I do these in different colors because these represent different chunks of debt that we paid at one time. So as you can see, we went from $5,800 down to $4,800. Actually, it was a little bit less than that in one payment. And all of this in orange was one payment. This in blue was one payment, purple, and so on and so forth. So just so you know, like kind of how this works. Now, 0, I can write in yesterday's date. So that was 3/9/20. And I'm over the moon about it. I'm so excited and I feel so much freer. So let's talk about some other stuff, okay? So while I'm coloring, I just want to catch up with you guys just a bit. So last week when I was stuffing my cash envelopes, I stuffed some money to get my hair cut and colored and get my nails done. So I ended up doing my own nails. First of all, I got my hair cut on a different day. And I was going to get some low lights. And so the girl who usually does my hair, you know, she put the color in. And it was going to be this nice caramely color. And I was very excited about it. And when she took off the foil, it was pretty light. And she said, oh. And I was like, what? And then I saw how light it was. But anyways, not too light. They're just highlights. They're not low lights. And so she was going to fix it with some toner. And I said, no, you know what, just leave it. I kind of liked it. And I felt like it was good to go into the summer and spring months, you know, with, you know, just like a lighter look for me than what I'm used to. So I ended up keeping it and I like it. So the following day, I was supposed to go get my nails done. So I go to this nice little salon. Oh, absolutely adorable inside. My first time ever there. And I noticed that there was like a whole team of maybe high school senior boys or something, and they all had the same color hair, just a little bit different variation. It's like they all got their hair bleached. So some of it came out really super light blonde, almost white, and some of them had more orangey tint to it. So I'm sure that their hair color was all over the map before this happened. So I noticed that there was probably at least 15 of them in the salon. So my appointment was at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm waiting. And you know what? Finally, guys, it was 10:30, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I had told my mom I was going to meet her at 11 o'clock for like a late breakfast, early lunch. And I could have, you know, called her and told her I'm going to be late, but I was like, no, it is 10:30. And like, this is ridiculous. The only thing that had happened was another nail tech came out to see me. And she just offered to take off my shellac. And I said, oh, well, I'm getting shellac, but I don't have anything on my nails. I took all my polish off before I got there. So she was like, oh, okay. And she just walked away. So finally, I go up to the desk. And now it's like almost nearing 10:35. And I said to the girl at the desk, I said, you know, I'm sorry. I had a 10 o'clock appointment. I'm just going to go. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She couldn't have been nicer, to be honest. Well, in walks the girl, I guess, I discovered, who was supposed to do my nails. She had gone outside to take pictures of the boys whose hair she had a hand in coloring. I guess there were several stylists who were participating in this mass hair coloring. And so she came in and she's like, oh, are you leaving? She had a horrible attitude right off the bat. And the girl behind the desk was like writing out this gift card, which I didn't even want because I knew I wasn't going to go back there. I was just, you know, a little bit like irritated. And the girl's like, you know, are you leaving? And I said, yeah, I think I had a 10 o'clock with you. And I recognized her from the website. So I knew kind of what she looked like from her picture. And she's like, yeah, she goes, I know we're running really late, but didn't so-and-so come downstairs to take off your shellac? And I said, well, I never had shellac on my nails. I don't even know what you're talking about. And she's like, oh. And she's like, well, sorry, we had bleach on heads. Like she was offended by me. And I'm like, okay. And then she looks over to the girl behind the desk and she said, are you giving her a gift card? And the girl's like, yeah. And she's like, okay. And she just walked away. And I'm like, are you joking right now? Like, things happen, and I'm a pretty understanding and nice person, especially to people I've never met before. And I could not believe that she was giving me such a freaking attitude. And so I told the girl, I'm like, you know what? I don't even need the gift card. I'm like, it's fine. And she's like, no, please take it. And you could tell she was embarrassed because this girl was acting like a total, like, I don't even know what to say. And I was just shocked because, like I said, things happen and, you know, sometimes you run behind or things are out of your control. But then for her to have the attitude about it, I was like, wait a second. So anyways, I walked out with a gift card for a free shellac manicure, which I am going to give to my niece because I'm not going back. And thankfully, it doesn't say that it has to be with the same person because then I would totally boycott it. But I was like, you know what? If I was a lesser person, like if I was a meaner person, I could totally go on Facebook and rate their salon and tell my experience. But I'm not going to do that. I just, you know, that's just not who I am. But I was like, wow, like nice impression, nice first impression you're making. I mean, whatever. So I came home and I was supposed to meet my friends out that night. Our husbands and stuff had plans. They were volunteering at an event. And so it was like a bartending fundraising event. And so all the ladies were going out to dinner. So I just painted my own nails. I was like, whatever. I know it's not going to look good, but here we are. So I painted my own nails and I saved myself probably in excess of $50. So that's my story as I color. So that's my catch up. And the only other thing I wanted to say was I hope that everyone is staying safe and staying healthy from the coronavirus and any virus going around. The flu, enterovirus, you know, the common cold, whatever it could be, rhinovirus. There's a lot of stuff going around right now. And I'm especially paranoid about the coronavirus because I get a flu shot every year. So I always feel pretty covered there, even though I know you can still get the flu. But with there not being a vaccine for coronavirus, I mean, I get anxious. I have asthma. And, you know, that's actually, it's just not an easy thing on a daily basis. So you know, I'm scared too. I think everybody is to a certain point, but what can you do? So I cannot believe this. We are completely colored in. This is just, it's surreal. I wasn't sure when this day was going to come. I knew I was going to work hard toward it, that, you know, my husband and I were going to do our best and we were going to be diligent, and I knew we would get there. I just didn't know it would be now. So the last thing I'm going to do is color in here, and I'm going to write the date here. I can't even remember the other one because this kind of counts backwards. So instead of going down to 0, this counts backwards that we started paying off $100 at a time, and now we've paid off $36,000 in total. So I'm going to write 3/9/20 here, and I'm going to color this in as well. But back to chat. Yeah, for those of you who are still here, I just want you to know that I hope you're all staying safe and staying healthy as possible, and, you know, washing hands and taking all the precautions that we're able to do. I know there's only so much that's under our control. I'm really taking a lot of vitamin C every day. I'm also taking vitamin D and vitamin E, things that, you know, are really immune system friendly. So I'm doing the best I can. I'm also getting allergy shots and stuff like that. So, but my asthma is still you know. But anyway, so that's that. And I have some other videos planned. I mean, of course, this isn't the end of my budgeting or financial journey by any means. As far as I'm concerned, this is a new beginning because now my focus is different. I'm not struggling to play catch up, you know, as far as credit card debt goes. For those of you who watched my FICO score video, oh, guys, my FICO score never came back up. It never did. And I have a missed payment on there where it says missed payment for the past 1 year, missed payment for the past 7 years. I'm like, this is going to be on here for 7 years. So I'm hoping with the action of paying down our credit card debt, it does raise my score a bit. But let me tell you, as far as a misunderstanding goes and having that affect your FICO so severely, I just don't even know. I don't know what I could have done different. That situation took me completely off guard, and I know ultimately it's my fault, but I feel like the Apple Card is set up to, I don't want to say trick you, but definitely it tricked me. It got right past me. So anyway, so that was that. FICO never came back up, but I'm going to be working hard on it. And yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it for my updates. We are still going to forge ahead with stocking our sinking funds, and still doing the cash envelope system, even though we don't have to worry about paying off this credit card debt now. You know, we still have, you know, things to work, things to work on, things to replenish as far as our savings goes, because we have used a lot of our savings over the past, I would say, 4 to 5 months. So I need to concentrate on that and whatever else comes my way. So yeah, this was really fun to color in. It felt very freeing. It felt very liberating to be able to color in all the squares. So next, I guess I'm going to be tackling my student loan as well as replenishing our savings, because guys, I'm not sure who's going to get elected or what the results or anything's going to be, but the one thing I can probably say with certainty is that student loans aren't going to be forgiven anytime soon. So that's just an opinion. And like I said, it goes for anybody who's elected. I just don't think it's going to happen. And that is sad. If you are somebody who is, you know, counting on something like that or hoping for something like that, me too. But I don't know, I just kind of don't believe in it. So we'll see, you know, that's all we can do is wait and see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, your confidence, your motivation, your kind words, and your views, because when I see that people are watching, I feel like I'm not in this by myself as far as this channel goes, and I feel like I have this whole online community of support who has, you know, kind of a like-mindedness in, you know, financial freedom and being debt-free and, you know, just budgeting in general. So I really can't thank you enough. I really appreciate you. If you would be so kind, if you are still here, please let me know in the comments what kind of videos you would like to see, because I would like your feedback. Hopefully, guys, I see you in the next one. Take care.